Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you for joining me. I am the Organizer Advisor here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. The topic of the video today is our beginning of the month reset. Now, I've seen lots of videos about monthly resets, and they all have good ideas. But mine is pretty comprehensive, so you may want to go get your favorite pen and pad of paper, because I'm going to encourage you just to jot a few things down. This is a framework that I've created that just keeps the momentum going of the organization, and it helps to derail the frustration. So, first of the month. Now, during my fiscal fast, which is the last week of the month, I purge my pantry. And no, I don't believe in throwing away food. I use it. I use whatever ingredients that I have that need to be used. So I'm going to clean out my freezer, my refrigerator, and my pantry. I'm going to look at those ingredients that I have. I'm going to come up with a menu that utilizes as many of those ingredients as I possibly can before they go bad. This maximizes my food budget. It eliminates food waste. It helps me to restock with fresh, wholesome, as close to natural food as possible. And I make sure that I have room in my refrigerator, pantry, and freezer for, in the case that I see something on sale that I want to purchase. Like, for example, my son called me the other day and said that he found chicken breasts for 99 cents a pound. So he bought 46 pounds of chicken breasts. And then he uses his Food Saver vacuum sealer. And so now he has chicken breasts, boneless chicken breasts at 99 cents a pound, and he stocked up. So if I don't have room in my freezer, then I don't stock up when I find those marvelous sales. So that's another reason why we want to kind of clear out the pantry, the refrigerator, and the freezer, so that at the beginning of the month, we can really watch out for those sales where we can capitalize on those savings. Okay, another thing that I do at the beginning of the month is I change my HVAC filter. Here's the old one. Oops. See how dirty that is? And here's the new one. Look at the difference. See if I can do this without knocking anything down. Look at the difference. That's a month. I change mine every month. Okay? Especially when I'm every nook and cranny cleaning, I change it before I every nook and cranny clean, and then I make sure I keep it changed, because as I'm cleaning, I'm trying to eliminate as much dust and debris as possible out of my home to make my home breathable. So this is what the old one looks like. You can see that that's lots of dust in there. And then replace it with a clean air filter at the beginning of every month. Now, this is going to do two things. It's going to help remove more debris, dander, pet hair, particulate matter out of your breathable space, as well as it's going to facilitate your HVAC system running more effectively. It's a healthy step to take to keep your HVAC system healthy. So it's a win-win for you and your HVAC system. So go ahead and change that filter. I do it every month. Another thing that I do at the beginning of every month is I give myself a new toothbrush. New toothbrushes clean better. Therefore, if you change your toothbrush every 30 days, then you're making sure that you are providing the best dental health care for your teeth and gums, and this is going to help reduce time in the dentist chair as well as dental care expenses. Speaking of dental care, you want to make sure that you have visited your dentist recently to get a good health care checkup. Now, another thing that I do at the beginning of every month, once I've purged the pantry, I put in a new box of baking soda in my refrigerator and my freezer. I have two freezers, so I put a new box in both. This is going to help reduce the transfer of food odors to other food in your freezer, which is going to save you money, because when you go to eat your steak that tastes like fish, you're not going to eat it. So when you have fish in your freezer and that odor transfers to your steak or your chicken or your frozen pasta or your heat and eat meals, you end up usually throwing them out. So having a new box of baking soda in there is going to absorb a lot of those odors so that you don't have odor and taste transfer. It also is going to make your ice taste a lot better. Okay, speaking of, here's another thing that I do every month. I'm on a septic system because I live way out in the country. If you're on a septic system, you want to make sure that you are providing your septic system with these enzymes. And this is going to help keep your septic system clean, and it will extend the time that you have between cleanings of your septic system, and it helps to prevent septic system backup. That's a big deal for people on septic systems. So I put a box down the kitchen sink, and I also put a box in the toilets so that all of the pipes are kind of cleaned out. These are enzymes that kind of clean out all that gunky stuff. Okay. So that's it for kind of those maintenance things that I do. Now let's talk about assessments. At the beginning of every month, I kind of like to just go through and take stock of what I have. I want to do a cleaning product assessment. What am I running low on? What do I need to make sure I have? So if I'm running low on dishwashing soap, I want to make sure that I have that on my list so I can shop for sales, use coupons, and maximize my food budget. If I am running low on, laundry detergent, same thing. If you give yourself a heads up that you're running low on certain products, you don't get into that emergency buy situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm out of laundry detergent. I have laundry backing up. I've got to go get some. And you just go and grab. And then you usually pay more money for it because you don't have the luxury of using coupons because you're out of time. So think about making, and I just walk around literally with a piece of paper and a pen, and I just go through my cleaning products. I go through my toiletries. If I'm getting low on shampoo, soap, toothpaste, Q-tips, hair products, feminine hygiene products, facial products, just jot it down so that you don't get into that situation where you're out and you're like, I don't have time to run to the store. Set yourself up for success. Okay? Another thing that I like to assess are pet items. If I'm getting low on pet meds or pet foods or, any kind of monthly flea and tick treatments, any kind of supplements that I give my pets, their vitamins, I just want to make sure at the beginning of the month so that I give myself plenty of time to go to the store and get the items that I need or get prescriptions refilled. Speaking of your pets, this is the time that I give my monthly medications. So that's your flea and tick or your worming, heartworm, if you have dogs or cats. So just check your pet medication monthly schedule and find out if your pets are due. I also do kind of like a vaccine audit. When are my pets due for their vaccines? Is everybody caught up? Do I need to make appointments? I also go through my wardrobe. Okay, so as we were systematically going through and wearing everything in our wardrobe, then we ran across a couple of troubled areas that we may have, a dress, but we don't have any shoes that go with that dress. Zero. None. So you don't wear the dress. So what I do is I write down I need a pair of teal pumps to go with this really pretty teal dress that I have. So I'm going to keep in mind when I'm out shopping, hey, I want to look for a pair of teal shoes. That way I'm not impulse buying and end up having another pair of shoes that I cannot wear with this dress. Just You know what you have. You know what you have not been able to wear because you don't have the accessories to go with it. So keep that in mind. Just kind of jot it down. Another thing that I like to kind of assess is my office supplies. Have you ever gone to print an important document and you realize your ink cartridge is out or you have no printer paper? Make a list. That way when you're out and about running your errands with your grab-and-go binder, you'll have your list in there, and then you'll be able to say, hey, I need to pick up some printer paper because I don't have any, or I'm running low, or my ink cartridge is low. I want to make sure that I don't get myself in a bind where I'm having to run off a really important presentation and I'm out of ink. This is particularly important when you have children who are at the 11th hour writing out a report they need to turn in the next day, and you don't have any printer paper. So staples, pens, pencils, whatever your children need for school. I had my children at the beginning of every month, I would give them a little school supply audit. And you can check out my video under getting your child organized for school. And it's just a rudimentary list. I used for the younger children, I used pictures, like a picture of a pencil, a picture of a crayon, and I would ask their teachers to help them fill it out. For the older kids, I would just send, hey, do you have pencils? Do you have paper? Do you have your highlighters? Do you have pens? Do you have, page protectors? Do you have everything you need to be successful in school? So they'd fill it out. They'd let me know what they have or what they didn't have. And then that way I could, while I'm doing my shopping, I could put that in my grab-and-go binder, and then that would help focus me while I'm running errands to say, oh, while I'm out, let me pick up some highlighters. Child number 1 needed those. Okay, so office supplies. Check your office supplies. Stamps, that's another really important one. And while you're talking about office supplies, think about what upcoming celebrations you may have this month. So you may have a birthday for somebody far away. Now, I know many of us send cards via social media, but the research actually leans toward those people that get cards in the mail. It's just a little happiness hit. Getting a card in the mail makes us happy. So let's say somebody who's getting married, or somebody who has just had a baby, or somebody who is celebrating a landmark milestone anniversary, or somebody is getting married or a bridal shower. Think about what's coming up in the next 30 days. And if you need to buy a gift or you want to send a card, you want to go ahead and put that on your list so that when you're out shopping, you can find the gift that you need or the greeting card that you need in order to get those prepped and ready to go ahead of time. That way you're not stressed. Okay. Medications. You want to go through your prescription medications. If you take medications frequently, you want to go through and check your levels, and for any levels of anybody in your family. So if you're running low, you can put this on your list that you need to call the doctor and make sure that you get your medicines refilled. This is also for contact lenses or any kind of refill that you need to kind of keep track of. Go ahead and check your levels now, and that way you're not going to be clamoring at the last minute to get medications refilled, especially if your doctor is like out of town or you're out of town. Let's talk about our car maintenance. Our cars run better longer and are more fuel efficient if we keep the oil changed and the tires rotated. Those are basics, but you also want to check your air filter in your car. You want to check your windshield wiper fluid, your water levels. Now, you can take it to your mechanic and they'll do all this for you, but you want to make sure that at the beginning of the month, I fill up my tank, but I check when was the last time I had my oil changed. Do I need to make that appointment? That way, I keep my car running and it's more fuel efficient. And if you have a warranty on your car, it's going to uphold that warranty. Another thing we want to talk about is your finances. Now, at the end of every month, I take the money that I save from my Fiscal Fast, my coupons, anything that I've sold on Marketplace that I was purging, any monies coming in that I've earned from, maybe selling something, or some of my processes that I do, clients that I work with. I take all of that, I add it up, and I put a check in the bank. That's kind of like my savings account. So that is money that I set aside in this special account to buy things that I want, vacation, or I can use it for, my grandchildren or my children. We can do a catered family meal, or we all go out to dinner. That's what I use, that savings account. But the Fiscal Fast money, and the coupon savings, and the store loyalty card savings, and money if you exchange your change and you take it to the kiosk, any money's coming in that's not part of my regular paycheck, I put that in a separate account, and that's my savings account. You can use that to pay off debt. You could use it to buy a boat eventually. I used it to buy this house. That's how much money I saved over the course of about 20 years. And I'm living a mortgage-free lifestyle, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so another thing we want to do is make sure that we've caught up on all of our filing. So file those piles, gather everything before we get behind again. We just filed all of our documents. Let's go ahead and put everything where it belongs. All of your important documents, Social Security cards, birth certificates, marriage licenses, vehicle titles, legal documents, health, health, and life insurance policies. Those all go in your binder in your safe. Your passport, any of those really important documents that you want to safely store. Next, any kind of instruction manual that you get with an appliance that you buy, or an electronic that you buy, or a tool that you buy, goes into your accordion file. Please go to the playlist on YouTube or scroll through the Facebook page. You will see these videos there that tell you step by step how to create these. We also have a filing system for our regular monthly, this is our, utility bills, all of our bank statements, all of those things. If you still do those hard copy, you want to go ahead and file those. The other thing that you want to file is any kind of professional documents that relate to your career or your occupation. So this could be certifications that you have, any kind of testing that you've done, your transcripts, your let's say you got an evaluation at work. You want to make sure that goes into your professional portfolio. Please see the YouTube channel on the playlist under document organization for professional portfolio. There's a video there that tells you everything you need to do to set that up. So that's going to benefit you too. But let's just go ahead and file the piles, get them all cleaned up, everything where it belongs. Next, get your grab and go binder. We want to make sure that we take anything out from the previous month that needs to be filed, put into those filing systems. Okay, so let's see. Check for those almost empties in your toiletries as well as your cleaning products. Focus on using those first, and let's reduce that clutter and recycle those empties. And I think that's it. Let's see, I'm running through my list here. And I think that's it. Let's step back, and I'm going to post a photo. Let's step back. We've been on our journey since January 1st, and let's take an assessment of how this is working for you. Where are the areas that you're having difficulty? Also, talk about your health and beauty routines. Are you able to stick to the routines? Are they working for you? Does the schedule work for you? Or do you kind of need to reset there too? Take a look at your weight and how you feel. Is your body getting toner? Do you feel like you're getting more flexible with your exercise? Just kind of have a little session with yourself. Is this working for me? Are my health and beauty, am I seeing results? Does my skin feel better? Do my teeth look whiter? Does my hair feel better? It's raining here, so, I'm Frizz City, sorry. Do I feel better? Am I sleeping better? Am I eating better? Am I really upgrading my self-care habits? Am I finding more time for self-care? Am I taking time for stillness? Just give yourself a self-assessment. This is a great time to reset your physical activities and your exercise plan, your diet plan, your health and wellness plan, your vitamins, your supplements. What is working for you? I've restarted with the Yoga with Adriene, her 30-day program calling Center. I've just restarted that. It's the beginning of the month. It's a 30-day program, so I'm going to do yoga every day. I like the flexibility. I'm not into a bunch of weightlifting. I have noticed since January I have lost a little bit of weight. People are starting to notice and say, "Oh, you look like you've lost a little weight. You look better. What are you doing?" I'm drinking collagen water because at my age, you can see, I need a little bit more collagen. I've also started, really trying to stick to my meditation practice to reduce some stress. And let's see, another thing, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I'm postmenopausal. So my dietary needs, my metabolism has totally derailed since I went through menopause. I went through menopause very early, 45 to 55, and it was over. I would even say it probably ended about 53. But I am starting this program called Fast Like a Girl. This is for women to learn how to intermittent fast, and I do intermittent fasting a lot anyway, but this is like a hormonal reset. Specifically, there's a chapter in here for women who are postmenopausal like me. I have very little estrogen, and so in order to keep my bones healthy and strong and keep my body functioning, I need to switch up the way I'm eating. So I'm starting this March 1st, so I'll let you know how it goes. This is a great book. I encourage, if you have not heard about this, this is written by Dr. Mindy Pelz. She is amazing. She has a YouTube channel. And so if you're having issues with, weight, and you're really working hard to drop some pounds, and you notice there's not much of a difference like me, then this book may help. And I don't endorse a whole lot of things, and you know that. Besides Listerine and Murphy's Oil Soap, I don't endorse a whole lot. But I do like this Fast Like a Girl. I'm going to see how it works for me. Not so much on weight loss. I'm almost at my weight loss goal. But I'm more worried about my hormonal imbalances since I am postmenopausal. So I want to make sure I'm maintaining my health. I think that's it. But just have sit down with a cup of tea or your favorite collagen beverage. And have just a little reflection time about how is this process working for you? Where are you finding your most frustration? What can you do to set yourself up for success, as well as health and beauty, self-care? What's working, what's not? If you're so overwhelmed you don't have time, we need to fix that. All right, so that is going to be this video for today, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, I wish you health, happiness, and harmony. I'm the Organizer Advisor, here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life.